Good morning, dear viewers. My name is Dr. John Mohmad Pandit, Assistant Professor at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today, I am going to deliberate on the most tricky topic, that is narration, or you can say reported speech. Now, first of all, you need to understand the meaning of this word, that is narration. This narration actually, it's the act, or you can say the art of reporting or recounting or retelling speaker's words. Now here, look at this, the word, the literal meaning of this word narration. Narration is the act, or you can say art of reporting or recounting a speaker's words. What we do in narration actually we recount, we recall, we recount, or to make it more simple, we report the words of a speaker, and we report the words of a speaker in two ways. One is called direct speech, and the second one is called indirect speech. Now the question arises, what is direct speech and what is indirect speech? Direct speech means when we quote actual words of the speaker. When we quote the actual words of the speaker or the exact words of the speaker, it's called a direct speech. Here we put the actual words of speaker in inverted commas. Uh, Inverted commas are in quotation marks. Now the second point is, what is indirect speech? When we rephrase actual words of the speaker, or to make it more simple, when we do not quote the actual words of the speaker, it's known as indirect speech. Although the message is same, but what we do in indirect speech, we rephrase the actual words of the speaker. Message remains same, only we change the words. And here in indirect speech, we do not quote the exact or the actual words of the speaker. For example, here you can see, first example, he said to me, then comma, begin, I am going. In this sentence, we have he as a subject, then we have said to as a verb, and me as an object. This part of sentence is called a reporting verb. A reporting verb. Why we call it reporting verb? Here, word said or the verb said to, it helps us to report the actual words of the speaker, that is, I am going. Remember, here in this sentence we have two parts. The first part is called a reporting verb. Remember why we call it reporting verb? Because here the verb said to helps us to report the actual or the exact words of the speaker, that is, I am going. And this I am going, we call it reported speech. Why we call it reported speech? Because these are the actual words said by the speaker. That's why we put them in commas like this, inverted commas like this. And this sentence, whole sentence, he said to me, I am going. This is direct speech. Why we call it direct speech? Because these are the actual words of the speaker. That's why we kept them in inverted commas. Now look at the second sentence. He told me that he was going. We call it indirect speech. Why? Because these are not the actual words of the speaker. Look here. The actual word is first person pronoun I am going, and the second word is am, helping verb. Now look at the second sentence. We have, instead of I, we have the subject he, and instead of am, we have was. Therefore, these are not the actual words of the speaker. Although the message is same, but the words are different. That's why I told you that indirect speech actually is the rephrasing of the actual words of the speaker. What we do in indirect speech, we rephrase the actual words of the speaker. As you see in this sentence, he told me that he was going. Later on, we will see the different rules, how we change direct speech into indirect speech. You need to master certain rules. If you will master those rules, surely you will become expert in narration or in reported speech. We have different rules how to change this. Before coming to the rules, I would like to repeat here. He said to me, this is a reporting verb. And in reporting verb, we have three elements. The first is the subject, he, as a third person singular. Then we have said to as a verb and me as an object. We call it reporting verb. Why we call it reporting verb? Because here said to helps us to report actual words of the speaker. And what are the actual words of speaker? I am going. I am going is a reported speech. Why we call it reported speech? Because these are the actual words said by the speaker. That is, I am going. Now we will see the different rules of narration. How we change direct into indirect or vice versa. Like here. The first rule is how to change tenses. Remember, uh, Derek in reported speech or in narration, present tense always changes into past tense. Or you can say that present tense changed into past equivalents. The word equivalent is important. For example, look at the first sentence. We have first tense, we have simple present. Simple present will change into simple past. What is the structure of simple present? Subject plus verb in first form plus other words. It will change into simple past, that is subject plus verb in second form plus other words. Now it will change into past equivalent. And what is the past equivalent of simple present? It is simple past. In a similar fashion, present continuous will change into past continuous. Present perfect will change into past perfect. Present perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous tense. Then we have the past tense. Simple past will change into past perfect. Past continuous will change into past perfect continuous tense. And then the modal auxiliaries like will, shall, may, must. They will change in past equivalents, like we have will change into would, shall will change into should, and may will change into might, can will change into could, and must will change into had to, and likewise. And again, we have like past perfect. Past perfect will not change, it will remain same. Or past perfect continuous tense, it will not change, it will remain same. Only pronouns will change. Tense will remain same in two tenses, past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. Rest will change in their past equivalents. Now, uh, the second rule, uh, how to change pronouns. This is the most important one. As you know, we have three types of pronouns. We have first person pronouns, second person pronouns, and third person pronouns. See the first rule. First person pronouns like I, my, me, mine, us. They will change according to the subject of reporting verb. Remember, first person pronouns will change according to the subject of reporting verb. When I say the first person pronouns, it means both active voice pronouns and passive voice pronouns like I and me. One is active and the second one is passive. Both are first person singulars. And look at this example. We have the first sentence, he, then said, verb. And the next one is in reported speech, we have subject plus helping verb am plus singing verb in first form plus in. In the reported speech, we have present continuous tense. As I told you that present tense will change into past equivalents. Therefore, here present tense, present continuous tense, I am singing will change into past continuous tense. And our pronoun, here we have pronoun I as a first person singular. Remember, first person singular change according to the subject of reporting verb. What is subject in reporting verb? We have subject he. Therefore, this I, it will change into he. I is first person pronoun. It will change according to the subject of reporting verb. And what is subject in reporting verb? He is subject. Therefore, I will change into he. Now look, the indirect speech. He said, and these commas, they will change into that. He said that. Now the tense is here present continuous. And this present continuous will change into past equivalent, that is past continuous. And what is the structure for past continuous? It is subject plus was, where, plus verb in first form, or you can say verb in form plus other words. Now look at the sentence. He said that. Now I, instead of I will write he, because I will change into subject of the reporting verb, and the subject here is he. He said that he was singing. Here you need to see two things. The first is how we change tense. What is the tense in direct speech? It is present continuous and it will change into past continuous. And the second point is how we change first person pronoun I, and the first person pronoun I, it will change according to the subject of reporting verb. Here the reporting verb is he said and the subject is he, therefore I will change into he. Uh, before coming to second rule, remember again, first person pronouns, both active and passive, They will change according to the subject of a reporting verb. Reporting verb. Now look at the second point. Second person pronouns like you, your. They will change according to the object of reporting verb. Second person pronouns will change according to the object of reporting verb. Now, look at this sentence. We have here he, this is subject. Then we have said to as a verb. Then we have me as an object. Here in this sentence, I is subject, believe is verb in first form, and you is second person pronoun as object. As I told you, if you find second person pronouns in reported speech, surely they will change according to the object of reporting verb. Now, what is here? Our objective reporting verb, it is me. Therefore, you will change into me. And what is the tense? Tense is here simple present. And simple present will change into the past equivalent, that is simple past. And what is the structure for simple past? It is subject plus verb in second form plus other words. He said to me. Said to will change into told. Later on, I will tell you how. Right now, see how we change pronouns. He said to me. He told me. And commas, it will change into that. Then, what's our tense? I believe you. I believe you. This is simple present. It will change into simple past, but I is first person pronoun and it will change according to the subject of the reporting verb, that is he. Then he. Believe will change into verb in second form, believed. And you is second person pronoun. It will change according to the object of reporting verb. Remember, uh, second person pronouns. Second person pronouns will change according to the object of the reporting verb. Like here, you will change into me, and first person will change according to the subject of reporting verb. Like I, it changed into what? He. He told me that he believed in me. Now look at the tense of indirect speech. Here we have subject, then we have believe, that's verb in second form plus other words. You need to understand these things that whenever you will find first person pronouns in a reported speech, they will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. Or when you find second person pronouns like you and your in the reported speech, they will change according to the object of the reporting verb. Now, third person pronouns. And see the third one. No change occurs in third person pronouns. Yes, third person pronouns do not change. And what are the different third person pronouns? He, she, it, them, their. These are all third person pronouns. They will not change. They remain unchanged, like in this sentence. He said they have arrived from Delhi. He said, I quote, they have arrived from Delhi. Here the tense of this sentence is its present perfect. Now this present perfect, it will change into past perfect. It will change into past perfect. And look at the pronouns. Here we have the third person pronoun they. It will not change. It will remain same. Only the tense of this sentence will change. That is, present perfect will change into past perfect. That is subject plus had plus verb in third form. Now look, John said, comma, begin. They have arrived from Delhi, close. Now look at the indirect one. John said that they had arrived from Delhi. Here we only change what? We only change the tense of the sentence, not the pronoun. Therefore, coming to the next slide, I would like to recapitulate this. Remember, if you find first person pronouns like I, my, me, mine, us in reported speech, it will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. Now, the second point is if you find second person pronouns like you and your in the reported speech, it will change according to the object of reporting verb. And the third point is that no change occurs in third persons. Okay. Now, you need to master these rules. If you are able to master these rules, you can understand this topic uh, holistically. Like now, the next one, words of nearness. Words of nearness will change into words of distance. Now, if you have uh, if you have such words uh, in a reported speech which gives the sense of a nearness, surely they will change into words of distance in indirect speech. For example, this, if you find this word, this in direct speech, it will change into word of distance in indirect speech. Now look at these two words. We have the first word this, and this word it gives the sense of nearness, and this will change into that, and that gives the sense or an idea of distance. Remember, if you find words of nearness in direct speech, they will change into words of distance in indirect speech. I will show you some examples, but right now, listen and see these words. First, this will change into that. These will change into those. Thus, it will change into so. Here, it's a word of nearness. That means something is very near to me, and it will change into word of distance, that is there. There shows the distance. Now, it will change into then. Today, it will change into that day. Tonight will change into that night. Or yesterday, it will change into the day before or the previous day. One thing you need to remember here, don't forget to write the definite article. It's very important. For example, if you find that yesterday in direct speech, you need to change it into what? The day before. Not day before, the day before. The is very important. You need to mention or write the also in indirect speech. Tomorrow, the next day. Tomorrow will change into the next day. Remember, uh, the is very important. Don't forget to write the. Don't forget to write the. The is very important. Tomorrow will change into the next day. Next will change into the following. And last week will change into the previous week. Ago will change into before. Next week will change into the following week. Come will change into go, but not always. It depends upon the sense of the sentence. Yes, come will change into go, but not always. Here we need to understand the sense of the sentence. Now we will see some examples. Look at the first example we have. He said, I'm going to Delhi today. In this word, we have the word today. And today, it's the word of nearness. It will change into word of distance like that day. And the rest is same. He, its first person pronoun, it will change according to the subject of reporting verb, that is he. And the tense is here, it's a present continuous. And present continuous will change into its past equivalent, that is past continuous. Look, he said. Then the commas, they will change into that. Now change the tense. Tenses here we have present continuous, it will change into past continuous. He said that he was going to Delhi that day. Today will change into that day. Look at the second example. He said, I quote, in which commas begin, I came here 2 years ago. Here we have the sentence in simple past. This is subject plus verb in first form. And as you know, simple past will change into past perfect. That is subject plus had plus verb in third form. Now look at the sentence. He said, commas, they will change into that. He said that. Now the tense. Tense, in the first sentence we have simple past, it will change into past perfect. Then I is a first person singular, it will change according to the subject of the reporting verb, and what is the subject in reporting verb? It is he. Therefore, I will change in he. Then had, subject plus had plus verb in third form. And now we have here the word of nearness, that is here. Here will change into there. And then we have another word that shows the nearness, that is ago. Ago will change into before. Remember, words of nearness will change into words of distance. Now look at the next example. The principal said, inverted commas begin, the college will remain closed tomorrow. Now here again we have the word of nearness, that is tomorrow. It will change into the next day. Don't forget to write the. That is very important. The next day. Now here we have will. Will, the first part is the college, it is the subject, then we have the will, then we have the remain plus and only change will. Don't change verb. If you find modal auxiliaries will, shall, can, may in a sentence, only change modal auxiliaries into their past equivalents. Don't change the verb. Verb will remain same. If verb, surely verb will be in present tense, and in indirect it will always remain in present tense. Don't change the verb. Only change modal auxiliaries, like here. The principal said, commas, they will change into that. Then we have the subject of the college, it is third person, it will not change, therefore the college. Will change into would, that means it's past equivalent, past form. And remain plus, remain will remain, remain. Remain, don't change remain. It will remain same. Here will remain plus the, then we have the word of nearness, that is tomorrow. It will change into the next day, the next day. Remember, if you find any modal auxiliary in direct speech, change it into its past equivalent, and then don't change verb. For example, well, we changed well into good, and the remain word remains same. Don't change the verb. Now look at this. This is the fourth rule. What is the fourth rule? No change occurs in universal truth, habitual action, or historical facts or historical events. We don't change tense if a sentence is a universal truth, or if it is a habitual action, or if it is a historical fact or historical event. We don't change tense. Now, look at this fifth rule, how to change uh, interrogative sentences. We have two types of interrogative sentences. One is WH questions, and the second is helping verb questions. WH questions means the questions that start with WH, like why, when, where, what, and how also. Then we have the next type of sentence, that is helping verb questions. Or you can say the yes no questions. In helping verb questions, we have is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, does, do, did, etc. And here we have two different rules. One for how to change WH questions, and the second for how to change helping verb questions. Now we will take the first one, that is how to change WH questions. Remember, said to, it will change into ask, questioned, interrogative, or inquiry. And here we do not use that. That is not used. In fact, sentence starts with what, or for example, sentence starts with any WH question. We don't use that. And the third point, the most important point, when you begin to change a reported speech, start your sentence with subject followed by helping verbs followed by main verbs, like this: subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus other words. Remember, if there is no helping verb, then start your sentence this: subject plus main verb. You need to remember three things while changing a WH question. The first one is said to will change into asked, questioned, interrogated, inquired. And the second point is that is not used. And the third point is when you start changing a reported speech uh, into indirect, start your sentence with WH, and WH must be followed by subject. Subject must be followed by helping verb, and helping verb must be followed by other main verb, and then main verb should be followed by other words. That is, don't make it again a question. How we make question? We put helping verbs before subject. But in indirect, we don't make a question. We put helping verbs after subject. Therefore, remember, there should be WH plus subject, then helping verbs plus main verb plus other words, like in this sentence. He said to me, "What are you doing?" Now he, this is subject. Then we have said to, this is verb, and me is object. Here we have second person pronoun you. As I told you that second person pronouns will change according to the object of reporting verb. That is, you will change into me. And what is the tense of this sentence? It is present continuous. It's present continuous question, and it will change into past continuous. But in assertive sentence or declarative sentence, don't change it into question. Therefore, if here the sentence is in present continuous, it will change in it is past equivalent, that is past continuous, but not in interrogative sentence. It will change into assertive sentence, that is subject plus was oblique where plus verb in ing form plus other words, not in question. When we change questions in interrogative sentences in narration, from direct to indirect, we don't keep them as interrogative sentences in indirect speech. That's why here, look at the sentence. He said, said to will change into asked, then me. And no need to put that, no need to write that. Your the first reporting verb, it must immediately start with WH question. That's what. And look at the sentence. The sentence is in present continuous. It will change into past continuous. That is what I was doing. Now, as I told you, what should be followed by subject. Subject should be followed by helping verb, and helping verb should be followed by main verb. In this sentence, we have subject I, then we have the helping verb was, and then we have the main verb as doing. Look at the second sentence. Second sentence is, he said to me, "Where do you live?" This is a sentence in simple present, and simple present will change into simple past, but not in interrogative simple past. It will change into assertive sentence. That means subject plus verb in second form plus other words. Remember, while converting a sentence from direct to indirect, and that sentence is interrogative sentence, don't convert it into interrogative sentence again in indirect speech. Like here, he said to me, "Where do you live?" This is simple present. It will change into simple past, but in assertive sentence. Like, he said, "Ask me." Said to will change into ask, then me. Where do, it is a second person pronoun. It will change according to object, that is me. And me will change into I. Why? We don't start a sentence with passive pronoun. We don't say where me live. We say where I live. Me is first person singular and I is again first person singular. But me is in passive voice and I is in active voice. We don't start a sentence with me, that, like here, where me live. No, it's wrong. We say where I live. Therefore, me will change into I. Both are first person singular. The next one is how to change helping verb questions or yes no questions. We have different helping verbs in English, like we have is, and, are, was, were, do, does, did, has, have, had. These are different, etc. But there are different helping verb questions. And how to change here, we will see how to change helping verb questions. The first point is said to will change again into what? Asked, questioned, interrogative, incur. And then uh, indirect speech will start with subject plus main verb or subject plus helping verb plus main verb. And one more thing, instead of that, you have to write if or whether. You can write if or whether. It is same as we have done in the first one, but the only difference is that instead of that, here we write if or whether. Rest is same. That is, said to will change into asked, questioned, interrogated, enquired. And the second point is subject will be followed by helping verb and helping verb will be followed by main verb. If there is no helping verb, then subject will be followed by main verb. And one more thing here, that is not used. But instead of that, we write if or whether. If or whether, like here. Now look at this sentence. The father said to his son, did you go to the cinema? Now here we have the father as a subject, then we have said to as a verb, and his son as an object. Here we have the second person pronoun you. It will change according to the object of the reporting verb. That is, it will change according to object of reporting verb. That is his son. And here we have the tense. Tense is did plus subject plus verb in first form. This is simple past tense. Simple past tense will change into past perfect tense. That is, it will change into subject plus had plus verb in third form. Remember, in assertive sentence, not in interrogative sentence. Now, see this example. The father said to his son. The father said to will change into asked, then his son, and then we have what we do. We write that, but here instead of that, we should write if or whether. If, then our first word will be subject, then had plus verb in third form. If he had, and the third form of go is gone to the cinema. Again, we change what? We change simple past tense into past perfect tense. But past perfect assertive sentence or declarative sentence, not in interrogative sentence. Now, the next one is how to change imperative sentence. First of all, you need to understand what are the imperative sentence. Imperative sentence are those sentences that show the sudden, that show the order, command, request, advice, etc. And here, or you can say the where there's a sudden outburst of emotions also. For example, here said to will change into ordered, commands, request, advice, ask. Remember, it depends upon, it depends, it varies. If the sentence shows a request, then you have to write a requested. If it shows the advice, then you have to write advised. Now, and the second part, reported speech will change into to plus verb in first form, that is non-finite verb, that is infinitive. Okay, as you know, the non-finite verb, we have three kinds of non-finite verb, that is participle, infinitive, and gerund. And non-finite verbs are verbs that don't show time of an action. Here, the reported speech will change into non-finite verb, that is to plus verb in first form. Look at the first example. The teacher said, comma, begin. Boys, sit down. Here we have the verb sit down, verb in first form. Now we will change it. The teacher and said, it will change into asked or ordered or command or requested, anything. Here, the teacher said, the teacher asked the boys. Here we have only boys, But here in indirect speech, you have to introduce a definite article. Therefore, don't write the teacher asked boys. No, right? The teacher asked the boys. Then introduce your infinitive, that is to plus verb in first form, to sit down, to plus verb in first form. This is so simple. Okay. Now, what we do in imperative sentences, first is said to will change into ask. So commanded or ordered, request or advised. Okay. And the second point is uh, we have to introduce a non-finite verb, that is to plus verb in first form, that is to plus base form of verb, or you can say the infinitive. Okay. Like in the teacher said, boys, to sit down. The teacher asked the boys. That is important. Here you have to introduce the definite article. The boys, to sit down. And the boys, this is nominator addressee. Teacher is a referee speaking to boys. Therefore, the teacher asked the boys to sit down. Look at the second sentence. If the sentence is a negative sentence, like here, he said, boys, don't move. Here we have the verb move, verb in first form. Again, this is sentence in simple present. How we change this negative sentence? Again, said to or said will change into asked. He asked the boys. Again, definite article, the boys. Then introduce not. Don't repeat don't. Only write not. He asked the boys not to move. Not to move. Again, to plus verb in first form. Verb in first form. There is another way. For example, we can write this sentence like this. He forbade the boys to move. When I say the forbade, it gives the sense of negative. That means it is negative itself. Then don't introduce another negative. You can write, he forbade the boys to move. Another sentence must be positive one, not the negative one, because we have introduced it forbade. Now, look at the seventh rule. How to change let sentences. Uh, we have two types of let sentences. The first one is let sentences that show suggestion or proposal. And then we have the second type of let sentence, that sentence which show order, command, request. And here we have two different rules to change these two types of sentences. Look at the first sentence. Let sentence that shows suggestion or proposal. Here we will do how we change those let sentences that show suggestion or proposal. The first point is said to will change into past form of suggest, that is suggested or proposed, and that then our next part of the sentence, that is the reported speech, it will start with that, uh, followed by should, sorry, that followed by subject, subject followed by should followed by verb in first form. Now look, he said to them, begin. Let us go out for a walk. This sentence, it shows the suggestion, okay? And how we change this sentence? Instead of said to, write down suggested or proposed. It depends on you, okay? And the second point is uh, reported speech. It will start with that plus subject plus should plus verb in first form. Now see, she said to, it will change into suggested. Then, and write down that. That should be followed by subject. What is our subject? Us. Us is first person singular. It will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. But the subject of the reporting verb, it is in singular. It is singular, third person singular. Now change this third person singular into third person plural. Here, okay, because we have us as a plural. Therefore, he suggested them that they should go out for a walk. Now again, that should be followed by subject. Subject should be followed by should be followed by verb in first form. Remember, us, this is first person plural. It will change into according to the subject, but subject is singular. Therefore, convert this subject into plural. That is, C is a third person singular. It will change into third person plural, and third person plural is they. That's why we wrote they. Now, look at the second sentence. My friend said to me, let's wait here until the rain stops. Again, this is a suggestion. And how we change a suggestion? Instead of said to, we write suggested or proposed. And the second point is that, we write that. That should be followed by subject. Subject should be followed by that. That should be followed by subject. Subject should be followed by and should be followed by verb in first form. Now look, my friend said to. Instead of said to, we write suggested. Then me. Then followed by that followed by subject followed by and should followed by wait, that is verb in first form. And now here we have here is word of nearness, it will change into word of distance, that is, it will change into there. Now here in this sentence we have two clauses. And the next clause is the time clause. Until the rain stops. The rain is subject and stops is verb in first form. That is, it is simple present tense. And simple present tense will change into simple past tense. Because here, this is the different clause. This is time clause. Now, my friend suggested me that we should wait there. Here will change into there. Until the rain stopped. Here the stopped verb in second form, because simple present will change into simple past tense. Now the next one. Let sentence that shows order, command, or request. How we change this? Instead of said to, we write order, the past form of order, and the commanded or the requested. And then the simple thing you have to do is introduce to plus let. Rest remains same. Don't change the sentence. Only introduce to plus let. Look at this example. The officer said to the peon, begin. Let him come in. Now change. The officer said to will change its order. Officer he will give order to his peon. The officer ordered the peon. Now introduce to plus let. To let him come in. The rest will remain same. It will not change. Only introduce to plus verb in to plus let. Only introduce to plus let. Rest will remain same. Look at the second example. He said to his friend, please let me go now. Now here we have the please word. It's a request, therefore. We should write said to. Said to will change into requested, because this is please show the request. He requested his friend. Now to let him go then. Okay. Sorry, you need to introduce here to let him go then. Me is a first person pronoun. It will change according to the subject of the reporting verb, but the subject is he. And he, the sentence will end with him, not he. He is a third person singular. Him is again a third person singular. Therefore, we don't write active voice pronoun at the end of the sentence. Therefore, it will change into him. Now, the next one. How to change exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences mean the sentence where there is a sudden outburst of emotions. Here, said to will change into exclaim plus with then. If it is a joy, write down joy. If it is sorrow, write down sorrow. If it is fear, wonder, regret, curse accordingly. And that is used. We use that here. And that should be followed by subject. Subject should be followed by helping verb, and helping verb should be followed by main verb. If there is no helping verb, then subject should be followed by, then that should be followed by subject, and subject should be followed by main verb. Now look at the sentence. He said, "Las, I'm undone." He exclaimed. Now it's a sorrow. Therefore, he exclaimed with sorrow. He exclaimed with sorrow what? That he was undone. Present tense will change into past tense again. Look at the second example. He said to me, "Bravo, you have done well." Now, you, it's the second person pronoun, it will change according to the object of the reporting verb. And tense is present perfect. Present perfect will change into past perfect. And what is the structure for past perfect? Subject plus had plus verb in third form. Now, look, said to will change into exclaim. He exclaimed with joy, because this is a joy. He exclaimed with joy that I had done well. You will change into me, and me will change into I, because we start a sentence with the active voice pronoun, that is I. We don't start a sentence with me. Me, I had done well. This is incorrect. Okay, we say I had done well. Present tense, present perfect. We change present perfect into past perfect. Now the next one, how to change essay to sentences. Okay, here said to will change into told, informed, advocate, remarked, confused, announced. Okay, it depends upon the sentence. What is the sense of a sentence? Now look, rest is the same. We change present tense into past tense. We change first person pronouns according to the subject of the reporting verb. We change second person pronouns according to the object of reporting verb. No change occurs in third person pronouns. And what about the tenses? Present tense will change into the past equivalent, like here. The man, this is subject. Then we have said to verb. Then we have the girl object. I, this is subject, and no, this is verb in first form. Then we have two pronouns, and both these two pronouns are second person pronouns. It will change according to the object of reporting verb, that is the girl. Now the tense is simple present. It will change into simple past, that is subject plus verb in second form. Now look, the man said to will change into told. The man told the girl. That comma will change into that. Now I will change into what? First person pronoun, that is man. Man is third person singular. Therefore, we will write third person singular he. The man told the girl that he. No will change into knew. That is verb in second form. He knew. You will change into girl. Girl will change into her pronoun. Okay. We will replace this noun with this pronoun girl. Her. Her and her father. Again, you will change into girl, and girl will change into her. The man told the girl that he knew her and her father. Now look at the second sentence. He made a promise, comma, comma, begin. I will return the book the next day. Here we have to change this one. Will will change into past form, that is good, and first person will change according to the subject. Now look at the second and make this. If this is a promise, turn it into past tense. He promised that he would return the book. Here we have the word of nearness. The next day it will change word of distance the following day. Remember, if you have this model auxiliaries in a sentence, change them into past tense or the past forms or the past equivalents, then don't change the verb. It was all about this assertive sentence. Okay. Thank you for listening me. We will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.